Okay, so how much? So there are many curriculums. Parang if you're gonna buy some curriculums online, you can choose between PDF downloads that you will print at home or ipaprint mo sa isang printer, and you can also choose the actual set. So may panic pa ako nung nag-uumpisa ako eh. And then, initially, I would thrive on book lists. So, ito yung book lists, ito yung prescribed. So, these are the books that you read to your child. And then, parang, ako na yung because I'm a very strategic person in the sense that that's my Gallup strengths, top strength. Parang, nakulangan ako sa strategy. Parang, I needed some kind of structure. Parang, trusting the process wasn't entirely enough for me. So, I really wanted to lean on a spine or a curriculum. So, dami kong binasa. I looked at master books. I looked at The Good and the Beautiful, Gentle Feast. I also looked at, I even looked at classical conversations and, ano pa ba? Simply Charlotte Mason, of course. Dami. As in, dami ko talagang tinignan, okay? So, I wanted to go through each curriculum that I've encountered. I've even considered, ano pa ba? Singapore math. Dun talaga ako nahirapan sa math. So, the structure that I really needed was specifically for math because I don't like math. So, parang for me to teach it, nahirapan ako. So, I think that's really what led me to keep looking for curriculums, kasi parang feeling ko literature, history, geography, Philippine literature, values education, art, music, these are things that I can read, teach, and then do with my child. But math, I was so deathly scared of math. I also tutor a grade 2 neighbor, and then she's used to Singapore math. Usually, each child will have to have 2 math programs or curriculum. So for my grade 2 student, she does a separate online Singapore math class. And then I read to her Race Arithmetic for Children. And it's so rich, it's amazing how oral math, you can really see how the child gets to relate multiplication and division concepts, and then addition and subtraction. And then, parang when you say math equations in the context of practical math problems, galing na niya. And this is a 7-year-old, she just turned 8 this month. Okay. For my daughter, kindergarten, parang my expectation was just really for her to count 1 to 100. Parang ganyan. And then, I started out reading everyday stories. Tama ba? Wait, let me get that. So, I printed this out. This is the everyday number stories. Libre to eh. So, I printed it out. And then, nahirapan ako at the part where they start talking about nickels, pennies, and dimes because I couldn't contextualize it here. Tapos, ako hindi ko siya memorize eh. So, parang ayok siya ituro. Yun totoo. So, sabi ko, okay, I have to supplement this oral math thing. So, I researched, and that's when I heard about The Good and the Beautiful. So, getting to know The Good and the Beautiful was really, para siyang a Pandora's box to me. So, I started out with the math curriculum for them, and then, when you look at the price of a curriculum, so kunwari ito be for pre-K, kinder, year 1, year 2. So math lang muna yung kikwento ko Parang I think I spent, syempre I wanted digital downloads first. I started with like part 1 of the kinder first. Nasaan na yun? I started out with part 1 of the kinder first. Tapos, let me check how much did that cost? Secret. The download was about 2,350. Okay? So parang pwede na, di ba? Kasi ang ginastos ko lang dun sa tuition ng anak ko sa provider is just 1/4 of her tuition. So parang the incremental cost of a curriculum for math, nagagamitin ko na buong taon, supposedly, to guide me, okay, was good, and it really was open and go. So that's what I like about it. Hindi yung parang I'm gonna pull out sa teacher guide, and then iba yung workbook ng bagets. So ayan. So dinownload ko, and then at first, you know, I really enjoyed putting together the materials because it's supposed to be complemented by an activity box. And of course, because I downloaded it, mega print ako, as in ako dapat mag-print, okay, and then, so parang ganito, so nag-print, cut, so as you can see, I still have printed, activity box materials na hindi ko pa naka-cut, and then what I intended to do was to laminate them, as in, ano ba, nag-enjoy ako doing this, ha, as in, super ulirang ina-award yung feeling ko, and then, nasa na yun? So I cut them out, and then I laminated them. So may mga inches na ganito. So these are mostly manipulatives. So yung B, kinat ko. Okay, so the activity box and the level K for math was 2,350. Ikaw bahala mag-download, ikaw bahala mag-print, or you substitute the materials. We had math toys naman on hand. Kaso na-OC ako. So, I wanted talaga to complete what was in the box. So, there were 3D wooden shapes. So, I looked for wooden shapes in Shopee. But there was one shape na hindi ko mahanap. Hindi ko talaga mahanap. And then, apparently, there are lessons already for reading time. So, naghanap pa ako ng ganitong clock. Analog clock on Shopee also. And then, ano pa ba? Aha! There are games. And then, yun nga, sa manipulatives, there was, shells as manipulatives. Kasi the story there was this family who went to the beach, ganyan. So, bumili pa akong shells sa Shopee. And also, counting chips. Okay? Kahit na isa lang yung kailangan mo, pag bumili ka sa Shopee, di ba parang daming darating. So, bibenta ko to, ha? Bilhin nyo to. I have this 9 dice, then regular dice. Ano pa ba? There was also an exercise, a daily dose, where the child will learn and fill up a place value chart. Hindi ko alam paano siya gawin, so I looked for a substitute. Ganyan. Okay, ang ending ko, parang I spent, hindi naman siguro mapapanood ni Paolo to, no? Parang I spent about mga 9,000 ba on the materials. That doesn't even, I haven't even, kinumpit ko syempre, that doesn't even include, let's say, yung mga mali-maling print sa printer, the cost of my bond paper, and the ink, and then I also have a binder. So, syempre, it's not like I just bought one pang bind, diba? As in kahon. Laminator. So, bibilin mo pa yung mismo pang laminate mo. Okay. And then, this level K for the good and the beautiful, Rue enjoyed it so much. I think it's a, basta mahaba siya eh. Nasaan ba yun? So, it's a long-ish book. It's a longish workbook. Supposedly, she was gonna finish it for 36 weeks. She finished it so fast, we moved on to level 1. So, the level 1, ganun ulit. Dinownload ko siya ulit. Magkano inabot ko doon? So, the download for level 1 was 3,100. The level K activity box is different from the activity box for level 1 and 2. Okay? So, kasama na yun dun sa 3.1, yung downloads na yun. It had game math. So, ito, na-print ko na rin ito, ha. 100 chart. It had counting bricks. It had a number line. lots of game mats and counting mats. Okay, so supposedly I was gonna laminate this, or at the start I put it in a clear binder. Okay. And then also panagrams. So because it had an exercise for the child to do panagram exercises, I got this also from Shopee. I also got marbles, ganyan, okay? So, baliw-baliwan school of homeschooling. And then, in December, so we were in the middle of level 1, and then in December, The Good and the Beautiful does a 75% off on all of their math curriculum kasi inuubos nila yung inventory so that they can introduce the revised one, which to me isn't much of a problem because supposedly it's just more streamlined, faster, and also I think they try to make it a bit more secular. Because The Good and the Beautiful is truly beautiful, as in if you look at the text, the stories, it's beautifully made, okay? And then it's a Christian worldview. So ayan, so nag-discount sila, 75% off. And then I was like, I'm game for this. We're almost done with level 1. We're halfway through level 1, so I want to be ready for level 2. So I ordered level 2, the level 2 complete set, and The Good and the Beautiful ships out from Utah, was 4,600. Okay, and then it arrived 3 weeks, not even in 3 weeks since after I ordered it, via FedEx. So imagine my surprise, because part of the reason why I ordered PDF, kasi nai-impatient ako, tsaka ayoko yung mga bibig ka pa with customs, tsuba, ganyan. So, it came in this beautiful box. Okay, actually it came in a big box, a big box, and then it had the activity box here. So, kumbaga, ito yung ine-effortan kong i-substitute. Okay? And then I just want to say, I was so nainis ako sa sarili ko because ang ganda ng box, as in, ang ganda ng materials na parang, I think if I knew or if I saw from the get-go that it was gonna be convenient apparently to wait for it, that it was gonna arrive at my doorstep with such ease, and then that it was made of such good quality, I wouldn't settle to substitute or to print or to laminate myself. Although the process, I really enjoyed that. It's like an immersion for me. And 3, so what I did was, it was a cost issue na lang, diba? So parang sabi ko, it should be worth it. But you know, I made a computation of what I spent from downloading the pre-K math level 1 and buying all the materials. It would have been, it's more expensive by 2,000, okay, if I just bought them straight out and shipped it to me. So, to answer the question, so sulit ba na ipadala mo you order the actual set? My answer is yes. And imagine how much more sulit it is for me because I could have, or I got it discounted at 75% off. Okay, so I just wanted to show you. So for example, yung mga mats na pinakita ko sa inyo, now they look like this. Okay, so instead of those printouts, so they're printed out in this beautiful glossy paper. And sulit to for me because I have 2 kids. They're going to use it talaga. Okay? And then the manipulatives, they came in these ano ba tawag doon? As in perforated boards that I just pushed out. Okay? Ayan ha. And then the box already came with parang super nag-appeal sa akin because they had these bags in place para dito mo daw ilalagay yung mga pinagpuputol-putol mo. So everything will be in just one box, okay? And then they look like this. But me, I put them kasi in these things. So, I even bought a fraction set separately, but it's all in the box. And this, so remember I have wooden shapes like this. Alam mo yung shape na sabi ko, ang hirap hanapin. This dome-like and this one. So, I think even if just for this, super sulit siya, diba? And then, these bricks. So these bricks, the chips. So, these are the shells. May tape measure na, may dominoes. And then the dice and the... Yeah. So, it came with all of that. And the tanagrams. So, the tanagram mats, super dami already. So, I would have printed this in Calcut. I didn't get to finish that when I started that. Okay, so tanagram sets and ano pa ba? Game cards and counting cards. And they also had this place value chart. So, the one na hindi ko ma-figure out paano ko gagawin. As in, these plastic pockets, I just stuck it here. So, it's so beautiful. It really is. And then the weekly planner. So, I have a weekly planner printed out myself there. So, Ru does calendar math by herself. Ang ganda rin nung for level 2. Saka ang bango. Alam mo yung amoy ng balikbayan box. So, I'm so excited to start level 2. Ang ganda nung... I think I've been getting reviews to that they absolutely hate the binding here. Like, this spiral thing, kailangan ko tahiin. Pero okay lang. I mean, kesa naman yung binding ko. My binding looks like this. Okay, so, tinip ko lang kasi nga papel. So, nakailang mali ako dito. Ayan, so this is me. This is my printing. It's not so bad, you know, I mean. Pero yun nga, when it came down to computing, I wasn't very confident on saying na sulit siya without actually making a computation. It came down to computing, napamahal ako. Napamahal ako doing DIY, and when I think about all the effort and the time, I'm not gonna do that again. So, moving forward, I think I will continue looking for used, actual curriculum because iba yung experience, and then but it was a good initiation for me. So, if you are considering the Good and the Beautiful math lessons for your child, even if you're from the Philippines, I think it's a good investment. I don't know if there are support groups. I've seen a lot of the Good and the Beautiful groups on Facebook, pero they're mostly from other countries. And then I think kasi you can resell the activity boxes, which I intend to do after Paco goes through it. Hopefully, it resonates with him too. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you have questions, or because aside from the math, I loved it so much. I also got their language arts and some science units and some handwriting units. So I can say that I love the handwriting units, the handwriting units. I also got history. So I will let you know if any of these work well for us. But I'm gonna tell you, like, for example, Ru loves level K, and she's going through it so fast for the language arts. So, ayan, DIY na naman to. Pero parang language arts, okay lang PDF and download. Because, like, yun totoo, you can read them off ebooks. And then you can really just answer the narration, the written narration, or the spelling words from a notebook. So, I think it's just math that I would say sulit. If malaki yung difference ng PDF at saka nung actual set. Ayun. So, I hope that helps you decide on getting the Good and the Beautiful. It's really a beautiful curriculum or spine for math. Especially for young kids. I'm not sure though about big kids kasi nga my grade 2, corning-corny siya sa the Good and the Beautiful. Daling-dali siya. But again, you know, it depends on the child. I guess if it doesn't resonate with your child, there are so many books out there. I intend to supplement the Good and the Beautiful with the Master Books Math. That one I just downloaded and printed. I'll let you know what I think about each curriculum separately. But this one, the Good and the Beautiful Math for young kids, level K, level 1, and then are really working well for my daughter. So I want to hear what you think, and thank you. So please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll try to record something else. Bye. Hi, you know what? I think I want to create the Good and the Beautiful Philippines Facebook group, so that if you have questions, we can engage with each other. And also, maybe some of you out there already have materials, and then some who have opted to buy the PDF version will need them, so that we can exchange resources, or maybe yun nga, magpamanahan. Or if you have questions on the other units and subjects of the Good and the Beautiful, let's see how we can help each other in the Philippines. Okay, so join that group. Okay, I'm gonna link it down in the description box. Thank you.